Guys, I'm fucking ecstatic. This is it. After this, no more Tom King Batman. We're done. 75 issues. 75 fucking issues. Oh, nope, 85 issues. Does it live up to the hype? No. So, and I'm really proud of this, by the way. Here's my bingo board for City of Bane. I made this thing before diving into it, so let's see how many points we get right. Because I really think I can go 25 for 25 here. With King, there's only so many interesting things that can happen before the characters revert to using single-word responses and whining like 10-year-olds. But without further ado, let's get into this thing. Last time we saw Bane take control of Gotham City. Batman and Flashpoint Batman battled it out in the desert because Bruce was naughty during playtime, and only one of the two made it out of that pit alive. So here we go. Gotham City is overrun. The Batman is either trapped in the desert or dead. And my gosh, this really just is the plot to The Dark Knight Rises, isn't it? We start City of Bane with a shot of everyone's favorite buddy cop duo, Joker and Riddler. Like, yeah, they're actually cops, and Hugo Strange is actually the commissioner, and fucking Victor Zsasz is also a cop. Okay, what? Alright, something's fishy here in Gotham, but who knows, maybe it's no big deal. Looks like Joker and Riddler need to call in the only person fit for the job to deal with this case. That's right, it's the Batman, and this time, the one of the Flashpoint variety. So you know what that means, Bruce Wayne is dead. Thomas was the one to really make it out of that pit alive in the Middle East. Okay, what's that? My script's saying to turn to the next page here. 1 second. Oh, would you look at that? Bruce Wayne's alive. Gosh, the 0 panels worth of suspense were really killing me. Because you can't spell City of Bane without Batman, die, and break your damn back. Also, you gotta love Bruce's whole speech here. He's comparing his current situation to a donkey or something. Why does everything in this run have to be either a metaphor or 2 pages of cat, bat, yes cat, no bat, why cat, you know bat, but I know you cat, bat, cat, oh bat, no. So Thomas is on the case trying to hunt down Two-Face and the remaining villains who didn't get on board with the whole Banesburg program. In proper Batman fashion, he doesn't do any detective work and just shows up at the next action scene. And what do you know, it's not just Two-Face waiting for him, it's Solomon Grundy and some other non-Grundy big guy. But Batman isn't alone, he has his trustiest ally by his side. You know him, ladies and gentlemen, it's the seminal sidekick, the boy wonder. Jiminy Jillikers, it's Gotham Girl. Holy fuck, do you guys want to see some absurd King dialogue? Because here we go. So I have this dilemma, or I'm torn, I guess. Well, not
I don't
like
want to be too dramatic about the whole thing.
Have you heard about my brother and my parents? That's like, anyway, I don't know if I'm supposed to be Batman is against it. He says I should be sad. He's understandable. I should be all those things. Things like maybe that's what he is. But again, this is a big, back to the big buddies. Yellow. If he tells me to be like him, so he tells me to be a very much a lot of what he is, right? All of which is to say, hi, I'm Gotham Girl, like Robin, but better. And you should stop. Cool? If you've been here since the beginning, you know this is classic King dialogue. In fact, this page is really just representative of King's run as a whole, just unbearable walls of text with really good art. So snap back to Bruce and, oh, well, he's losing his fucking consciousness. Oh no, guys, Bruce Wayne is dead. Wow, I never thought they'd kill Batman off like this before. Like, that didn't just happen one fucking issue ago. Man, really feeling for him this time. Oh, what's that? Oh yeah, it's Catwoman. And guess what, guys? It was on the fucking street. Yes, thank you, Catwoman. How the fuck would I know it's you if you weren't saying bat, it was on the street, or fucking meow? The costume really wasn't enough for me. So while those two figure something out, King decides now would be a good time to introduce Bane into the City of Bane story. We get this just beautifully constructed Year of the Villain tie-in, where Lex Luthor sucks Bane off because of how big of a badass he is. Alright, joking aside, I really do like Bane's motivation here. He's done what no other villain could do before, something Batman couldn't even do before. He's controlled Gotham City. He wants no more. He doesn't want to conquer the multiverse or destroy the world. He's content with Gotham City. And that's pretty awesome. And the American government must think so too, because they end up passing a law that outlaws any superhero involvement in Gotham City. Sure, why not? Now, seeing Joker play a cop, and Thomas be the Batman, and Ventriloquist be the Riddler, and Killer Croc be Harvey Bullock, and Hush be Renee Montoya, pretty cool stuff. But Bane has just built the most bizarre infrastructure to run his dystopian society. Do you know what the Joker, Zsasz, and Professor Pig all have in common? They're all psychos who would have no right actually being cops. This whole mirror version of Gotham City makes sense to taunt Batman, but for all Bane knows, Batman is fucking dead. Like, the only reason any of these people would be in these positions if there was an actual audience watching them, and this would just be to rub it in their face. But there is no actual society that survives with Joker being the fucking backbone. I just can't buy that Joker and Riddler, who had a whole 8-issue war in this book where they tried to kill each other, by the way, would ever just actually casually become cops. Like, I could see them abusing their power and all, but these guys are just on the beat and doing paperwork and shit. No way any of this really happens. But hey, it's an interesting start to the arc. Now let's see how the second issue is. Let's just flip to the first page here. Yes, thank you, Tom. When I first looked at this page, I thought, this is interesting. Who is this character? I felt like I've seen him or her at some point in this run before, but I couldn't put my finger on it. But after I read that meow text box, I now realize this is in fact the character Catwoman. It's these subtle hints that really just make me want to grapple hook onto the fucking pavement. I really just want to take the time to break down this page, because there's a lot going on here. First of all, it's important that you know that this is the only page in this entire scene. Now, what is going on in this page? Besides my blood pressure rising, there's Catwoman in the Eiffel Tower, and she's holding a bag. This entire page gives us no new information about Catwoman. We have no idea what she's doing, we have no idea why she's here, and heaven forbid she says anything to give context to her situation. Like, could you imagine being the editor reading the script for this shit? Alright, second issue in Tom King's climactic storyline. Alright, page 1. Meow. Hey Tom, did you forget to attach the rest of the panels for this first page of issue 76? Because all Catwoman says here is meow. Oh no, if you read the rest of the issues of this run, that meow actually represents Catwoman's reluctant acceptance of the Batman. Yeah, so that wasn't just a typo? No, I mean, I already talked to Tony about doing a full page spread, you know, it's going to be this really big emotional payoff. Alright, well, what happens on page 2? Oh, Gotham Girl beats the shit out of Captain Atom. Oh, right. Wait, what? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Atom, the DC stand-in for the most powerful being in the Watchmen universe, gets one shot by Gotham Girl. I mean, you'll love to see it. Am I even upset at this point? I mean, yeah, I am at, like, everything. Yeah. It's kind of cool. I like seeing Captain Atom. I like that he's not just following orders. I don't know. Is there anything in this issue that isn't dumb? Oh, there's Kite Man. So, Kite Man up 3-2. Cool. So yeah, this issue is really just Flashpoint Batman chasing down Kite Man, and if I told you that was an actual A-plot to the main Batman book 5 years ago, you'd think I was insane. And oh, would you look at that, Damian Wayne's in Gotham City now. Everyone's favorite little brat is determined to break into Gotham and take down Bane. Now there is one problem with this plan. No, actually there's like a lot of problems. You know, how is he supposed to defeat Gotham Girl? How the hell does he know where anyone is? But forget all that. The biggest problem with this is the ultimatum that Bane set up if any superhero were to enter the city. In the event that any Bat family member tries to break into Gotham, he's gonna murder Alfred. And Damian's response is, no he won't? So now it's Damian versus Gotham Girl. Let's get into this battle. Huh, you're doing that. Not that I want to be nice. I always want to tell you. Did you just right? And thank Christ Damian shuts her up with the Wand of Clarion or some kind of Deus Ex Machina. So in this Batman book titled City of Bane, we just follow Damian Wayne around for a whole issue. And Damian Wayne is really badass in this issue. He takes on Flashpoint Batman and even stops this group of Bane cops to try curb stomping someone because their dog's leash is too long. Okay, hold up. This can't be Bane's master plan for the city. Alright, Bane, once you drive the Batman away and conquer Gotham City, what is your ultimate plan?
Well, first of all, we're going to use the most powerful weapon in all of the multiverse in order to brainwash a few dudes with no superpowers. Then I'm going to send Joker and Professor Pig to a police academy. And we'll have the ventriloquist roleplay as Alfred. And we'll spend most of our resources hunting down Kite Man. And once I finally have Gotham City under my grasp, I'm going to enact a law that no dog leash should be over 3 feet.
And while Damian's getting curb stomped by his supervillain grandpa, no, the other one. Batman and Catwoman are on a date in Paris. Wow, this really is just the plot to Dark Knight Rises. Only Batman somehow manages to look like more of a dick. Anyway, cut back to the captured Damian Wayne, and guys, out of all the dumb stuff in this run, what's about to happen is easily the dumbest. Because Damian broke the rules and disobeyed Bane's ordinance, Bane snaps Alfred's neck and kills him. So there you have it. Something interesting happened in this run, so you know what that means. Time for an interlude. Welcome to the It Was on the Beach Island Resort. Discover the unknown with our complimentary rock climbing expedition. Spend hours in our personalized cabanas instead of helping your son being held hostage. Kick back and watch the game featuring Gotham quarterback Chris Campbell. 3-3 tied game. Don't forget our buffet of nonsensical dialogue. And at the end of the day, take a load off by the fire and spend pages worth of content wondering whether you first met on the street or on the boat. Oh boy, is this interlude infuriating. It's like Tom can't help himself. Whenever he comes up with a good cliffhanger, he just has to kill all the momentum. Now in isolation, I actually really like these 2 issues. It's just a low stakes mission with Batman and Catwoman hanging out and figuring out their relationship. Now the problem is that it's a low stakes mission while Alfred is literally fucking dying in Gotham City. The entire city is currently under the control of a terrorist, and here Batman and Catwoman are in another country making out. Fans complain about this so much that they retcon this thing in the 2nd issue of the interlude to take place before the start of City of Bane. That way Batman doesn't just seem like a clueless idiot. Which, by the way, he still is. So apparently it was all Batman's plan to send Damian into Gotham to get captured and infiltrate Bane's defenses. But Batman, why are you sending your only son in to stop a Superman stand-in? That is not good parenting. And even though I did like this interlude for the most part, there's still plenty to nitpick. Like this whole meta scene where Catwoman talks every time Bruce talks because she's so self-aware. It sounds less like Catwoman trying to be cute and more like Tom King trying to sound like he's broken the code to how Batman talks. And let's not forget that there's a background character in this issue that says, bruh, no joke, while getting robbed. Also, Kite Man reference, 4-3, Kite Man up. But it's just infuriating that while... Bruce, I really think you should get back to Gotham City. What about Alfred and Damian? Enjoy our compliment. Your butler's dead, okay? Jesus, dude, get your ass to Gotham City. When it comes to wasting 2 full issues worth of content, no one beats It Was on the Beach Island Resorts. Alright, we're back in Gotham City, and Jesus, what the hell happened here since we were gone? Look at this shit. The city's drawn by John Romita Jr. now. What the hell? That would be like if you left your Xbox on to update while you went to school and then you came back and the frame rate just went to shit. Now usually I beat up on JR Jr.'s art, but he does have some good panels here, and now that Batman's back in Gotham, he's gonna take his city back because this is his city and not Bane City. Why does it have to be someone's city? There's all this crap dialogue about how this is the City of Bane. No, this is the City of the Bat. Why are the main characters of this book so obsessed with ownership over Gotham City? The characters only talk in these grandiose phrases that you can apply as much meaning as you want to because they're just blanket statements that ultimately mean nothing. I think this whole run is just King trying to see how many different meanings based on context he can use for the exact same phrase. And on another note, this has to be like the 5th issue in this run where the entire issue is just following one character beating up the entirety of Batman's rogues gallery. It's lazy and it's just a way for King to shoehorn in the rest of Batman's villains without actually having to incorporate them into the story. Like, Batman spends more time battling Kite Man in this issue than he does battling Hush. Kite Man 5-3, woohoo! But the fact that King's joke character gets more page time than Batman's childhood friend turned arch nemesis shows just how much King doesn't care about half the characters in Gotham City. Like, I think he just pulled up the Wikipedia page on Hush and saw, oh, he quotes Aristotle, so in this scene he's gotta quote Aristotle, and that will make people who really like Hush happy. And it kinda did, and I'm mad that it worked. The fact that this entire issue is just Batman punching rogues is annoying. The writing in this issue is just as sloppy as JR Jr.'s pencils, and that's saying something. So just like King shoehorning in the rogues, now it's time for King to shoehorn in the Bat family. Notice that whenever King uses the Bat family in this run, he always uses every single member. And that's because the only time the characters actually show up is for these epic fights where we have to have everyone because it will make for a cool moment. So now we have 2 parallel scenes going on. Batman and Catwoman breaking into Arkham to take down Bane, and the Bat family fighting Thomas Wayne to save Damian. So let's start with the Bat family fight because oh my gosh, this is dumb. It's several youthful fighters who are trained by ninjas versus one rugged granddad. So you already know King's gonna make Thomas Wayne show how much of a badass he is. And of course, we can't actually show the fight because it's actually physically impossible for Thomas Wayne to beat these guys, so we're just gonna get this incomprehensible page of everyone making weird noises and grunts as Thomas teaches them a lesson. Look at this page. You could not show this page to anyone and have them make sense of it. Please, let me know, does this page convey any amount of information to you? Maybe I'm just not big-brained enough to understand King's phenomenal run on Batman, but I think this is just the worst. But honestly, I'm glad Thomas beats these kids because they are a bunch of sadistic assholes. There's a point where Duke or Tim or someone says, we should be the ones to have the fun and watch Thomas bleed. Like, actually, what the fuck? It's like playing Russian roulette on who says what in this book. Sometimes it's a quirky character being depressed, sometimes it's an angry character cracking jokes, but it's consistently inconsistent. It's like King has all these points he wants characters to say throughout a scene, but he doesn't really care who says them, so he just throws them in a random number generator and sees what the fuck happens. And talking about inconsistencies, how about our boy Thomas over here? No, not Duke Thomas. We don't really care about him. Thomas goes through this whole speech about how, my boy is sick, and he uses child soldiers to fight his war. But then he just beats the ever-living shit out of these child soldiers. If you're worried that Bruce is endangering the lives of these kids, maybe don't, I don't know, endanger the lives of these kids? but I guess we had to teach Bruce a lesson or whatever the fuck. If this is Thomas trying to make his son happy, could you imagine this man on like Christmas? Oh, hey, Brucey boy, this year we got you a machine we can hook you up to drive you insane. Also, I beat all your friends to a pulp and snapped your butler's neck. Isn't that awesome, little Brucey? Aren't you happy? Why would he nearly murder the Bat family like this? Gosh, remember when I wanted my son to stop being Batman? Because I sure don't. Every single action that Thomas Wayne takes throughout this run strictly makes Batman more determined to become the Batman. So yeah, the Bat family fucking lost, so let's see how Batman and Catwoman are doing. And oh, would you look at that? The Joker was actually Clayface the entire time. Now, one small problem though. Clayface fucking died in Detective Comics like a year ago. But heaven forbid Tom read his companion book, so here we go. Now I complained about Joker acting out of character earlier, but the fact that he's Clayface actually makes less sense. If you were to try and disguise as someone, you'd want to act like the person actually acts, not act like how they wouldn't act. So I guess Clayface is just a really bad actor? I don't know. So now Batman and Catwoman are in Arkham Asylum, and get ready because we have another issue-long fight. And also, where the fuck is Bane? This arc is called City of Bane, and he's appeared actually twice in the story so far. Ah, there he is. We start off with this phenomenal page where Batman and Bane simply say, no masks. I know I was talking about how Mikkel Janon's art is improved earlier, and I mean, look at this. This is gorgeous. But don't worry, this issue only gets worse from here. I mean, in the very next page, Thomas says, I require my boy. Yes, Tom, that's totally how people talk in real life. So yeah, I'd love to stay and chat, but I require my boy, so I'm gonna go pick him up from soccer practice. So Batman agrees to not use Catwoman, and Bane agrees to not use Venom. Just a fight between two real men. Oh, never mind, Catwoman's totally fighting. And then Bane just completely whines about it like a kid on a playground. But you said no help! Mom, he said no help. That is not fair. If the entire lesson of this run is that Batman needed to learn how to lie, then I'm just done at this point. And then we get another great speech by our boy Bane that mirrors the one from Batman and I Am Bane. Now there is something I need to know. Did Bane specifically remember the speech that Batman gave in that arc? Because that means he created and memorized this entire speech in order to mock Batman. Either that or it's just like for the audience, but I really can't tell. And of course, you gotta love the on-the-nose dialogue. I'm Batman. I'm Bane. Like, yes, everyone in the room knows who you are. The entire audience knows who you are. Why do you all talk like that? It's like Joker nuked Gotham City 5 years back with some toxin that destroyed their vocal cords, and now everyone in this book just has a speech impediment. So of course Catwoman joins the fray, and I'm fucking done. Share, subscribe, whatever the fuck, I'm fucking done. Bruce, please just fucking end it. Bane, gonna beat you for what you did. For what you did. You just said that. Woo, isn't this issue the best? So how does he end this? Oh, I break your damn back. That's it, I'm done, I'm fucking done. See you guys when this is fucking over. And just when you thought Bane would have anything to do with the City of Bane story arc, Thomas comes in and pops a cap in his naked ass. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because it's Thomas time. Oh yeah, and Alfred's dead, by the way. Remember when that happened? Alfred's death just really kind of makes me sad, and not like in the way a fictional death is supposed to make you feel. I'm mad for two reasons. One, nothing came out of Alfred's death. It was pure shock value to up the ante in this run where the craziest thing that's happened so far is the birth of Rick Grayson. And second, this death just has no weight. We know he's gonna come back somehow, whether it's a Lazarus pit, time travel, or apocalyptic tech, he's gonna come back somehow. I feel like Alfred should always be off limits. He's such an integral part of Batman that killing him off actively makes the character less interesting. And now Tinian's going to have to wait a few months at least before trying to bring Alfred back. Then we're going to have to go through this whole filler story of bringing Alfred back to life. It's just a waste. But hey, how is Thomas supposed to convince Bruce to stop being the Batman without killing his closest friend and family member while simultaneously making himself someone Bruce hates so much that he'll never stop being the Batman? And after trapping him in a room with Alfred's dead body for hours, Thomas brings Batman in and is like, "You done? How did you think this was going to work?" Thomas's motivation is actually interesting, if it was coming from anyone besides Thomas Wayne. He thinks the Batman is just a phase that makes Bruce weak, so he wants to get his son to quit being Batman so he can be happy. The problem isn't his motivation, it's his plan. How the actual fuck would subjecting Bruce to all this torment make him quit? Especially when you could have just, I don't know, got Bruce to settle down with Catwoman 25 issues ago. Thomas's plan would be like if you tried to get your kid to stop listening to heavy metal music by dropping 25 tons of bricks on him every night before he went to bed. It's not going to make him think there's anything wrong with heavy metal. He's just going to fucking hate you. And here's something in this arc that really makes me upset, compared to all the stuff that I really, really like. So you might be wondering, how the hell did Thomas get here after his world was literally destroyed? Well, don't worry, because King explains it in one page. It turns out Eobard Thawne is responsible for saving Thomas right before his world died back in the Button story arc. Just when you think it's going to be Dr. Manhattan to tying the Doomsday Clock, nope, it's always Reverse Flash. And I don't know if King forgot or anything, but isn't this arc called City of Bane? So it turns out Bane had this in-depth plan to break the Bat, but Batman knew about that plan, which was actually a part of Bane's plan, which is actually all part of Thomas Wayne's plan, which is actually all part of Eobard Thawne's plan. That means Bane, the supposed main villain of 75 issues worth of Batman content, not only isn't the main villain, but had no agency over his actions. What's the point of setting up Bane for multiple arcs and then saying,
"It's me, Austin!"
Oh, son of a bitch!
What? "It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!"
This shit is worse than Black Zetsu killing Moira. Alright, so King set up Thomas Wayne to be the big bad, who also has no agency because of Thawne's plan. But he also didn't bother to do a Wikipedia search on Flashpoint Batman in the first place. In this penultimate issue, which is in reverse order because King hides his lack of writing talent by using unconventional issue formats, Thomas kills the Penguin of the Flashpoint universe, despite the Penguin not being a villain in this universe and actually just being the manager of Thomas's casino, which I'd like to believe Thomas is just really fucking dumb and forgot Penguin was his casino manager and just killed him. And can we just take a second and appreciate that the main villain of this run is named Thomas? It's not Bane, it's not the Joker, it's not Ra's al Ghul, it's fucking Thomas. Also, would you look at that? Thomas killed Flashpoint Kite Man. Kite Man 6-3 with a big lead. And speaking of Kite Man, let's jump to the finale. So this is it. The finale between Bat versus Bat. Father versus son. Just kidding, it's time for Batman and Kite Man to chill in a bar. Kite Man up 7-3, look at that. Well, I guess we know Chris Campbell isn't good at winning things. Oh, nope, there he is. 7-4. Good luck with the comeback, Chris. So to really increase the tension of this fight, we start the issue after the fight, so we already know the outcome. And my gosh, if it's anticlimactic. Batman shouts that if he has to choose between Batman and happiness, he chooses Batman. And happiness. Well, fucking duh. The whole point of this run is that Bruce can be both happy and Batman. But this wasn't a problem that Batman struggled with before this run. King was the one who set up this whole Batman is suicide concept. It's not like King expanded on a question that already existed in the Batman universe. He specifically created this Batman can't be happy problem for Batman to overcome. So that's the end of Thomas Wayne. Bane kills him later in his cell like a little bitch, which I think marks the 4th appearance of Bane in the City of Bane story arc. And meanwhile, Bruce and Selina are in bed pondering their future. And guess what, guys? After the major upset in issue number 50, the two finally decide to get married. But I mean, they don't actually need to have a wedding to prove that they love each other. So they just say they're married, which really means that DC editorial didn't want Batman and Catwoman to marry and probably booted King off the book for suggesting the idea. I mean, why would Batman ever need character progression? We just need to wrap him up in this nice little package for the next creative team. Come on, DC. But honestly, at this point, I just don't care. That was like issue 20, I had hope. I was excited where King was going in this run. But now I'm just so uninvested in this story that I really don't care about anything related to this run. And as a proper end to the run, Bruce, Selina, and Kite Man sit in a bar and watch the game together. Woo! What a ride. It's been real, guys. 75 issues of varying yet subpar quality and varying but above average art. So first off, what did I think of City of Bane? I don't think City of Bane feels like a finale written by Tom King. It feels like Tom King trying to write a finale not written by Tom King. There's this overtune of superhero action and big reveals that clouds King's usual brand of nonsensical dialogue. But this was not the finale I was expecting. It was far more disappointing. It was so sanitized by editorial. Hey, who can I kill? Well, Alfred. Hey, can Batman and Catwoman get married? No. It's just one big mess of a story, which I guess is really fitting to end King's run. And after finally sticking it through to the end, I can definitively say that Tom had absolutely no fucking plan while he was writing this. He kept pushing the idea that this was a tightly planned 100-issue run that we needed to stick with to fully appreciate. That's like saying Law & Order SVU is a tightly planned 1,000-episode story that we need to stick with to fully appreciate. No, shit just happens under a series with the same title. I think King's original storyboard for this run was, Batman and Catwoman don't get married, Bane do something evil, then they do get married. The end. What's that? Jeff Johns wants to do a Flashpoint Batman crossover? Yeah, he can be the main villain of the run. What a waste of time for anyone actually sticking through to the end. Congratulations to Kite Man on the win. And now for a few more awards. My award for worst arc in the entire run goes to Nightmares. Gosh, that shit is not content. My award for best arc in the entire run goes to literally the first 2 issues of Super Friends. And that's it. Nothing else in this run deserves any award, especially an Eisner. So there you go. So that's it. 75 issues of Tom King's Batman. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. And as long as you made it here to the end, let me give you a little sneak peek. So I've got a lot of requests to review more series like this one. So next time on this channel, we're going through Scott Snyder's Justice League. I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at InfinityIncom1. And let me know how you felt about Tom King's run in the comments below. Was City of Bane everything you wanted and less? Is anyone still in shock after how bad the Nightmares arc was? Let me know. And I'll see you guys next time.